Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Escape Art by Scott, and this is a very quick video on how to do landscape paintings in acrylic. And if you would, help me out if you guys can. Subscribe to my channel. I need a little bit more views going on. My last painting I did was about 6 days ago, and I got 6 views. Now, math was never my good subject in school, but I believe that equals out right about 1 view a day, and that just ain't getting it done. Maybe it wasn't a very good video. I'm not for sure. It was a winter scene that I did, and the only thing I don't like about it is the sky. I can do better on my sky, and I want to go back and change it. And when I change it, I'll bring it back and I'll show you just exactly what I did to it. And also, if you want to, I have another channel on Instagram. If you got an Instagram account, you can look me up there under Escape Art by Scott, and that's all my oil paintings that I've done, oil paintings and acrylic. I do both. And so you want to get the time, check that out, check all my paintings out. And also, I brought one here to show you that I did that I did a while back, and it is a seascape. And I thought I would show you guys that I can paint a little, and that's one of my better seascapes that I've done. I think that's a good view right here. And so now I'll put that back down here. I'll put it on the table, and let's get started on this video here. As you can see, this is a black canvas type of canvas, okay, and it's a 24 by 12 size canvas. I normally paint on 18 by 24, I believe it is, and it's a white canvas. But today I want to show you what you can do on a black canvas. And some people might be a little scared or hesitant about doing it on black canvases, but you can paint. And the effects that you can get here, you just cannot get the effects on a white canvas. So let's go right into it. I'm going to grab me, here's my palette that I got, and I'm going to go right into some blue. And I'm going to get some blue paint on my brush. And this is acrylic, so you need to mist your canvas a little bit, slightly. Don't overdo that with some just plain old water. And come up here and decide where your horizon is going to be, your sky, where it meets the land. And I think I'm going to come right in here. And of course, you won't see this too good, even when you're standing up close, just like here, because it's going to blend right into that black canvas. But it will show after I get done. And I come back in and get some more paint. Come right in here and just kind of like make an oval marks with your paintbrush. And that's good. I think that's all I'm going to do. And now I'm going to come right into some Alizarin Crimson. I have not washed my brush off. Right here on the outside, this comes with some crimson right here. Get a little bit more on your brush here, and this right here, right on the outside. And you can just blend, if you want, that crimson right into the blue. There that is. And now I'm going to get me some white. And now, this paint dries very quickly. It is acrylic, so again, come back very light with some more water. And then come right back into some white. This is where the magic happens. It looks totally black up here, But watch what happens when you start putting in your white. Again, come around with your circles. See that? And just work your way out. Once you start working your way out to the outside, don't come back in here. Because your paint's picking up, your brush is picking up some of that paint that's on here, and it's coming off on your brush. So if you go back into right to your center, then it's gonna, it's not gonna be as bright. Whatever color you have out here is gonna go in here. And so that's good. I'm gonna come back in here with some more white, and I'm gonna wash off my brush, and I'll finish this up. I just wanted to show you this step right here, okay? Be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back, guys. Finish this up here. Leave the center a little more wider than, that's the bright spot here. Now I'm going to come back in here with some leaves. The main thing on this part right here, what I did was that make sure all the colors blending in. Okay, you should be able to tell when one color stops and the other begins, basically. So, do a good job at blending, alright? So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to put in some leaves. And the scene I'm doing, I might as well, I want to do a scene that's kind of like deep into the woods, and you got the backlight showing through. I'm hoping that's the way it's going to turn out. So here we go. Just come back in with some leaves. Leave them kind of, I don't know if it's a word or not, kind of airy. Don't put it on too thick. Because these leaves are still, they're way in the background. And remember what the rule is, right? And when you're doing stuff way in the back at a distance, very little detail. As I'm working closer, basically as I'm moving down the canvas, which is coming closer, that's when you start adding in more detail. And try not to put these brushes strokes the same on this side as on that side. Don't leave it, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. As you guys know, I'm not a very big wordy guy. I'm more action than talk. But don't put the same amount of leaves on this side as if over here, okay? You got that? And something like this. And now you can come right back in with some yellow. Maybe some yellow things back in here. And you can do this with any color you want. Experiment. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing here. This is just showing you how to do it. Whatever color you want to do, that's up to you. I'm just showing you how to do it. And I like to add, I'm not, like I said before, I don't follow no patterns here. I don't trace this out. I'm not looking at anything. I've just been working on this painting for a few days in my mind to get it right. And that's how I paint. I don't understand the tracing thing that people do, because I see them trace it. I guess it's a good idea, but I don't understand. After they start painting, they cover it all up. So I don't get that. All the tracing that they did is gone. So why bother? That's what I say. you know, tracing, and if you're looking at something, you're basically limited to that. So my way of doing it, I'm not limited to anything, only my imagination. You know what I got up here, which is kind of scary, really. All right, here we go. And I'm gonna continue on with this part, and I'll be right back, okay? All right, guys, I'm back. Right now I'm putting in some. The further you go away from this light, let the trees get darker and darker. All right. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going out here on the outer side, and I'm putting in some dark green color for the leaves. And I wanted to point this out to you is that this light here, this source, don't cover it all up. I mean, that's one of the part of this painting is the light. So you put in too many leaves and all, you're gonna cover it all up. So don't do that. And as you're working out, as you can see, let me get a little pointer here. As you can see, I'm leaving some open areas so the light can come through. And I just wanted to point that out to you. That so as you're coming along, be thinking, of what you're doing, of course. And all this light you got here, and don't cover it all up. All that work you put in here, putting that light, and you're going to cover it all up. No, don't do that. And just using your brush here, again, working away from the light source. And let me show you, I don't know, this brush here has a curve to a point, and that's the only thing I'm painting with is that top corner. This is right here, the other part, it's not even touching the canvas. So here again, just drop down, I want that light to show. So I'm going to come down an inch or two and let it show. And I'm probably going to come back in when this is done, come back in with some white and let it really pop through these trees. And I'll be right back. I'm going to finish this up and I'll come back to you. I'm pretty much done with the outside here. Now I'm going to work on the land, and I've already put in some bushes here. I wanted to show you give you a few pointers on the bushes. Is that do kind of one bush at a time, and that will give it that layered effect. And all this dark color, of course you don't need to cover up all that also. That light coming through here, and it's hitting some of these bushes here, really lighten them up. So that's what I want to take, one bush at a time, and just layer it, and you have one dark color, go right below it with a different color, a lighter color. Because if you keep going with the same color of bushes, you won't have nothing really. You just have one color, and you can't really tell. There's no depth into your land right here, and that's how you get the illusion of distance in your bushes when you're doing these little bushes here. Now I'm working my way away from that light. So now I'm going to go back into some my darker green and start putting in some little bit darker green here. Getting a little dry. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'll be right back. I want to come back in here right below here. This is still drying a little bit, so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit more. I'm gonna come right down here and just start putting in some land, some grass. And my paint's getting a little dry on it, so no problem. A couple of squirts with the water, and we're back in business. Now, right here, we're still looking a good ways back here, okay? So instead of doing the tapping, just come back in right here, find where you want it to go, and just maybe let it slide on. Because I'm doing it this way, because, you know, as you're looking, and I'm going to put a little deal right here. And it's going to come down. This is how you form the land. Because, you know, when you're looking way back, all you see is color. When you're looking at, you know, a mile or two or whatever the case is, you're looking, all you're seeing is color. You don't see every blade of grass. Okay, when you're looking at a distance. And that's all I'm doing here. And just a little bit more. I'm going to come back and pick up some little of this green here. Now, you know, we're getting a little bit closer now, so we can see some more color. This is going to start to straighten out here. There. Alright. Now what we're going to do, I'll be right back. Turn this off for a second. Now we're getting a little closer now. We can go ahead and start using a little more detail. And we're using a little wider brush to put this detail in. And this time you do want to just go ahead and tap. Let me get this little bit. Put that down. And this time you just want to tap it. I mean, am I doing anything really that hard that nobody can do? Anybody can do this. You know, I don't get too scientific in this. I don't use big words and, you know, stuff like this right here. And I just don't try to make this more harder than it is. You know, because it ain't hard at all. Once you know the little do's and don'ts. I just picked up a little yellow here. Something like that. I'm going to come back here and get me a little yellow. I hope you can see that all right. Maybe if I come like this. Come over here with some yellow. Maybe that sun coming in here and hitting a few of these little areas. And again, guys, make this painting your painting. You know, I'm just showing you just a way of doing this. Again, you know, just paint it the way you want to do it. It's your painting, okay? You know, see, a lot of artists use these big words, you know, contrast and composition and perspective and all these words that, you know, what the word doesn't mean. What does it all mean, all those words? And all they're saying, guys, is, does your painting make sense? You know, so, I mean, does this area right here really makes sense? And, you know, absolutely. You know, I'm using You know, you have to use the right color. You know, you don't see no pink in it. You know, pink grass. You know, things like this right here. And the trees you put in, are they coming over like trees do, or they look like they're shooting out the other way, going upside down, things like that. That's all they're saying. These big words that they use. So don't let them scare you. Come right in here. And I think, guys, that's all I'm going to do for that. Now I want to come back in here and really pick out some areas and let some of this sunshine coming through these trees. I hope. Be right back. Alright, I've decided that I'm going to put in some tree trunks first. You got all these trees here. Of course, it needs some tree trunks, right? So what I've done was I mixed up me some brown and some black color for the tree, and I'm going to go ahead and brush a little bit and get me some of that color and come back right straight through some white. So this is what you call double loading the brush. Here's the dark side and here is the lighter side. Of course, the lighter side needs to go closest to the light, okay? Really? I need to explain that? Come on. Work with me on this, guys. Alright? Here we go. Lighter side to the left. And just pick out your branches where you want them at. Here's one. There's two. Come right down here. Wherever you think you need some branches, limbs, whatever you want to call them. Now that's on that side. Let me give me some more color here on my brush. Of course, now you're gonna have to swap it up. Right through here. This is the part, make it look, a little realistic. This is the, little detail that if you're at a craft show, arts and craft show, this might make your painting sell when the next person right next to you is selling some paintings. This might convince the buyer, okay, buy your painting. Or vice versa. Maybe the other person is doing this detail and their painting and selling and yours not. Don't get mad at them, alright? Learn from that. Find out what they're doing. And wherever you want to go with these, okay? And I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to continue on with that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm done with this right here. When you put it into your tree trunks, if they get a little too white or bright on you, just go over with your brush and it'll dull it. Some of my branches here were just a little bit too bright, okay? So I went back and I just went over it with the brush and it'll go right away. Alright, here we go. And now I'm going to put in some bright areas, some light, okay? And my tree trunks are still a little wet. So what I'm going to do now is I tell you that, something about paintings, and I seen a show a while back. They're talking about paintings, the most expensive paintings in the world, and it was ridiculous, folks. It was up in the millions. I ain't talking about 2 or 3 millions for a painting. I'm talking about 30, 100 million, 200 millions, for a painting. It is ridiculous. And the paintings, they weren't to me, you know, really, those paintings, I mean, it looked like a child could do them. It was, you know, it was really ridiculous. But now, of course, the painting, the way I understand the paintings, of course, they're not that much at all. It's just that, you know, where they're selling these paintings, you know, you get a few billionaires in there, and they just don't want to outbid one another. And that's what that is, and what they're looking for. And the painting is of course, you know, who painted it. You know, they go back, you know, some of the paintings are from Rembrandt and Da Vinci and, you know, Mozart and Mozart, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, so there, and they also go back to the history of that painting, who's all had that painting. You know, it was, you know, did Abraham Lincoln have it in his home, that particular painting, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they, you know, look at. And also it does help when you got a bunch of billionaires in a room and they don't have nothing else to do with their money. It says buy, you know, a $30 million painting that, you know, you and I could do. And you know, it's just ridiculous. But enough of that. Enough of that. So I think that's good enough. So I want to come back with some clean white. Clean white, just a little bit on your brush, okay? Pick out some areas. Let's see, right around in here. And up in here. Just some areas. You just dab a little bit on here. Maybe right in here. And you can come over here. And what you want to do is just rub it in. Alrighty, that's a little bright there, okay. Bright spot there. I'm going to dip it in just a little bit of water. It's not. There. Sometimes your paint will dry on you. And when that does, you know, just dip it into some water, your little paintbrush. And then start doing that. Just rub it in. And what you're looking for, guys, is just a glow. Just, you know, a nice little glow up here. I don't know if you can see that all right on there. But I'm going to continue on with this little glowing effect that I'm going to put in here. Use some white, and I want to put it up here. Alright, and when I'm done with that part, I'll be... Alright guys, I'm done with this painting. I'm going to call this one here finished. I really wanted to show you what you can do on a black canvas and how much color you can get in a black canvas. You know, color seems to pop out, you know, pretty good on a black canvas. So, you know, I hope you really enjoyed this one. You know, I really like painting this for you. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, and all I ask for you guys, you know, to pass it along that I'm out there, that I'm doing these videos. I really think, and I don't know, I really think I deserve more than 6 views in 6 days. Really, I've added them all up. Really, I've done 10 videos, and you know, I've just got over all together views. You know, just over 100 views. You know, I don't know what it all adds up to. This is my 11th. Video that I've done, but you know, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy painting, and I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe a little more views. You know, I got 10 subscribers, and I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate the views that I do get. I think I deserve a little bit more, I guess. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. You know, until next time, guys. You know, take care of yourselves. And hopefully I'll be back shortly, you know, to do another video. Again, subscribe to my channel, appreciate that. And go on Instagram. I'm on there as Escape Art by Scott. If you want to leave me a little message on there, nobody's leaving me any message on my YouTube channel. So I don't know what's going on with that, but Until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Bye.